Welcome to Southeast Polk High School. It's Friday night basketball on CISN. We got the teams here, fans rolling in, and we got a pep band here tonight. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips, and they always like those pep bands. They really add to the high school atmosphere, don't they?
Yeah, it's not the same without the band for sure. So a big band here for Southeast Polk, and for Southeast Polk, they're back at home here for the first time in the calendar year of 2023, so they're grateful to be back on their home floor, but going to be a good one here tonight to start off with the girls, a top 15 matchup.
Yeah, it was November since they played a home game, I believe. They started out the season, and then they went on a long road trip, and they're back now. Number 8, Southeast Polk at 9-4. Number 15, Ankeny at 8-7 here tonight. Should be a good matchup for them. Of course, Southeast Polk, they'll be without their leading scorer, Brooklyn Daly, who's still out with a medical issue. And then, but I think they have some depth on their bench too. And if nothing else, that helps build a little of that depth. When you have one of your top players out and you see how the others respond, that's always something that can help a team build a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. And for Coach Daly, it's an opportunity to see what younger players, like you mentioned, role players, to step up a little bit further. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to you don't want to be without your top scorer. And Brooklyn Daly had 18 points against Ankeny in the last matchup, but it gives players, like Alyssa Bartlett, a chance to really shine here, maybe be more of a scorer. We know that they have some talented three-point shooters, including Stella Charleston and J.C. Mitchell as well. But Ankeny, I tell you what, they're coming in with a lot of momentum as they defeated Dallas Center Grimes earlier this week, the number 1 team in Class 4A, and they've really have come off of a really challenging 3-game slate. They lost to number 12 Waukee, who's been playing some good basketball as of late, and of course number 1 Johnston. They're just rolling through the state right now, and so Ankeny feels like they're starting to put things together at the right time.
Yeah, and they've kind of, as you said, you look at their schedule, there's a couple wins, couple losses, a few wins, and that's kind of indicative as, a few younger players on the squad trying to get things to gel. And the important thing is we're heading toward the last weeks of January. You want to start really dialing it in when you get to February and start heading toward tournament time, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is really the time where you want to see that progression, and you want to see, especially some of those early season battles where, some of the losses that Ankeny had, to some really solid teams are only by a few possessions. So they've been in a lot of close games, but you're right, they have a young, talented core. Savannah Gage, one of the players to watch, and of course, Jenna Pitts, she's been one of the mainstays for this Hawkettes lineup. So a lot to look forward to for there, and this is an Ankeny team, by the way, that's looking to beat Southeast Polk for the first time since 2012. So wow. This is something that's been on the mind for Ankeny for quite a while. So it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
And I may have a little bit of a Central Iowa bias, but I think the teams, there's so many good teams here. Even the teams that maybe aren't the top level, Johnston level, are still really good. So night in and night out in the CIML, you're getting a good matchup. And now Eastern Iowa, I don't know that they're quite the depth of teams. They have some really good ones over there, obviously, but I don't know that you have the depth night in, night out that you play here.
Yeah, and you look at the top 10 most recently that was released by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. About half of those teams are from the Des Moines Metro, and you look in 11 through 15, they're also from Central Iowa. So a lot of talent spread out throughout this part of the state, and that's why come postseason time, they're battle tested. They've weathered those tough storms, and some of the teams from out west and out east, they just haven't quite faced that difficult of a challenge.
So teams are, I guess Ankeny's still out there warming up now. They're going to be wearing black uniforms?
Yep, looks like they.
It looks like they're wearing the dark uniforms. Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
Southeast Polk. What? Because Southeast Polk is black and gold, and I see the black uniforms there for a minute. I thought, wait a minute, Southeast Polk, but no, that's the Ankeny. And of course, it doesn't take much to confuse me. But so Southeast Polk will be in the home whites, Ankeny will be in the dark. Seems like everybody likes to wear a dark uniform now, regardless of whether or not that's your colors, don't they?
Well, you want to stand out here when you're on the road, and they do have a good look. And I think what we're going to see here in a moment here, Dar, is they're going to celebrate Brooklyn Daly, who scored her 1,000th career point, I believe, when Southeast Polk played at West Des Moines Valley. And the third player in program history to achieve that feat. The other two, Caitlin Engel, who went on to be a very good player at Drake, and Grace Larkins, who is now doing well at South Dakota. So a fun celebration here for Brooklyn Daly, although I know she wants to be out there with her teammates.
Yeah, you see her down there. They're getting around the poster that says 1,000 points. You know, I was only about 980 away from that mark in my high school career. So
an impressive milestone, though, especially when you consider the history of this program here. And I think we're going to turn it down to the floor for the lineups.
Quite an accomplishment, and so you'll get to be calling a few more of her games down the road, calling the Drake women's games. And obviously, too, when your mom's coaching you, that's got to be a little special.
Yeah, it really is. It really has been quite a journey for her, and yeah, just bummed that she is not going to suit up tonight for her Rams.
So, ready for the starting lineups, I believe. Savannah Gates, a sophomore.
For your Rams, number 4, senior
J.C. Mitchell, the senior for Southeast Polk.
For the Hawks, a junior, number 3, Carson
Carson
Jacks.
Jacks, the junior.
For the Rams, the sophomore, number 10,
Alyssa Bartlett.
For Ankeny, a senior, number 5,
Jenna Pitts, the senior.
number 12,
Anna Van Kooten, a junior.
For the Hawks, a senior, number 13, Zoe
Zoe
Shadravan.
Shadravan, a senior.
Number 24, senior Stella Charleston.
Stella Charleston, we talked about. She's one of those. I know she's been a 4-year starter, but played a lot for 4 years. And Jayla Williams, a freshman, their second leading scorer. Eva Solseth, the junior.
And now we ask you to stand, remove your caps, face the flag as the Southeast Polk.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
And we're ready for basketball on CISN. They tip it up, tap back, and battling for it, gaining control is Southeast Polk. Quick three up, no good, rattles off, the miss by Charleston. And here comes Ankeny back the other way. Pitts drives in, bounces back outside. Now down the lane, up, and good. Off the glass is Savannah Gage. Their leading scorer at 16.5 a game. It's a good ball movement early by them.
Yeah, and I love the aggressive take by the sophomore to get them on the board.
And that one blocked out of bounds by Jenna Pitts on the drive there by Charleston. I think Charleston's going to be the one maybe that kind of takes a little bit of control leadership here with Daly out.
Yeah, especially with all the experience that she has along with J.C. Mitchell. Pretty veteran lineup for the most part out there for the Rams that will try to pick up the pieces without Daly on the floor.
Drive baseline and blocked from behind by Shadravan. Is Solseth. Ankeny putting in a little defense early on. Here's the inbound. Get it out quick to Mitchell. Now over for three. Good! By Charleston.
Team's leader in threes. Ankeny trying to answer with one and
off. And the rebound will come out to Charleston.
But a big make early for the Rams.
Quickly up the floor. They push the pace. Into the lane. Now back out. There's Charleston on the drive. Spins and you could call Pitts on the foul. Had that arm up. I was kind of wondering if it might have been an offensive, the way she kind of had the arm up a little bit there. But they call it on the defender. Here's the throw in under the bucket. Covered. There's a three off and no good. The miss by Mitchell. Ankeny will push it up the floor. Well, both these teams aren't taking any time getting it up the court. On the drive, Pitts looks. Charleston was on her. Now they get it back out. Looking to reset the offense. No, she's going to pull it up and three for Gage. And she's got all their points so far. Inside, back out for three. No, short rebound, put back, no. And the rebound, the board taken by Jayla Williams, the freshman. Ankeny quickly back the other way. Outside, Gage looked at a three. Now down the lane, scoop up, no good. Rebound on the other side by Solseth. Quickly up the floor for three. Rattles down, no good. It's almost saved, but they're going to call. Nope, they say she stepped on the end line.
Well, and you love that effort there by Alyssa Bartlett, saving that, trying to save it from going out of bounds. But like you mentioned, Dar, just a back and forth start to this one, high paced from both of these teams. They've gotten good looks both on the outside and inside. Fun start to this one.
And down the lane, Pitts can't get it to go, but slaps it back out. Gage gets it off and up to, and the shot is up there then by Gage. Was that Gage?
That was Gage again, and you know, she can score on so many different levels. Again, just a sophomore, averaging 16.5 points per game, but efficient in all areas here to start.
Bartlett tried to drive, now gets it off. Solseth drives, bounces in and out. Rebound comes down to Jewell. Up top to Gage, over on the far side. Now looking over to Gage. Down baseline, Jacks. Ankeny moving it around, Pitts with it now. She'll dribble in the middle, stop. Kicks it back out, goes through the legs, but plenty of room, no defender close. Pitts takes it on the drive, short. Rebound pulled down by Bartlett. Bartlett quickly up ahead and slapped away from behind. The block by Shadravan.
Talk about hustle there by the senior Shadravan. I mean, that looked like a breakaway layup there for Southeast Polk, but give a lot of credit to Ankeny and how they've been able to come out on both ends. I know Coach Daly was impressed with that last defensive series.
They get it in, and for the three quickly off the inbound, Zoe Hinsey, the sophomore, hits the three.
Well, and Coach Daly loves the energy that Zoe brings off the bench. She sometimes plays a little too fast, but again, being one of those younger players, building into the system, way to make a mark, and now an offensive foul. Illegal screen here against Ankeny.
Jasmine Mosier, her first, team second here. Only 2 fouls been called in the early going here, both on Ankeny. There's Charleston for three, is good. Stella Charleston, her second three. 9 points for Southeast Polk, all coming on triples. And a timeout here. So, seems like they're each able to match the pace here right now. The impressive thing, as you mentioned with Ankeny, not only do they get it down the floor fast offensively, but they're really getting back quick on defense.
Yeah, but I think right now Coach McAnally's not happy with the half-court defense, especially given a shooter like Stella Charleston, an open look right there off the screen. And so going to have to protect the outside, but you like how Ankeny's been able to attack defensively. And so just the start that you wanted, just back and forth play by both of these teams. And for Southeast Polk, the shot's been going from beyond the arc and trying to find something down low.
So Ankeny will bring it in. Southeast Polk, they've been playing man defense here. Get it off to Gage, now back outside. Quick high dribble there. Back to Gage. And knocked away. It'll stay with Ankeny. They get it in to Pitts. She looks over the defense, looks for the back cut there, not there, gets it to Gage. Gage lobs it in the post, but defended well. Now back out to Pitts, she drives the lane, but shot clock violation. I think you almost forget when the ball went out of bounds there and it came back in. I did too. I didn't look at the shot clock again. One of those things you kind of have to get used to with that shot clock.
Yeah, it's true. Even this point of the season, it takes an adjustment for these players. But it all started defensively with Alyssa Bartlett and Solseth.
Inside, outside, and three by J.C. Mitchell. And Southeast Polk, 9 straight points. They take the lead here on 3 straight threes. They have 4 threes and lead 12-7. Trying to go inside with it and ripped out of there by Southeast Polk. Back the other way, the three is off, no good. Here comes Gage, she'll pull up for three, no good, off the iron, back strong Charleston with the rebound. Gets the outlet to Bartlett and they're off and running. Over again for three, no good this time, rebound comes off to Pitts. Off the Zoe Hinsey miss. Pitts drives in. Up and under the defender, but can't get the rebound. Charleston now. She'll pull up for three. Transition, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gage. She stops at the free throw line. Looks. Now knocked away. Bartlett, good defense. Up ahead. and good by Hinsey. That's the first 2-point bucket here by Southeast Polk.
And we've seen the defense really start to tighten up on Ankeny and really forcing them either into forcing up shots that they're not really comfortable with. We saw the shot clock violation and a couple of turnovers, so Ankeny really needs to get a bucket here off this big run here by the Rams.
Yeah, 11-0 run, but Bartlett will steal it. She goes down. Tracy Daly calls a timeout as she's down on the floor, and they'll take a timeout. That'll be a 30 here. So, as you mentioned, Southeast Polk really giving Ankeny trouble in the half-court set there defensively.
Yeah, they really are, and you could tell that when Savannah Gage came up on that one possession, forced up a three there that was well contested by Zoe Hins, and it just right now Ankeny is trying to force a lot, and you can see in the Hawkettes huddle that Coach McAnally's just, telling his team to play at their style, to play their pace, to move the ball a little better, but you got to give your hats off to Southeast Polk and how they've been able to just really apply a lot of pressure and eliminate the passing lanes, the ball screens, and the Rams had a big 11-0 run here to really take command here in this first quarter.
So Zoe Hins gets it into Bartlett. And here comes Southeast Polk on offense. Scored 11 in a row here. To Charleston. She gets a high screen. Kicks it over the far side. Spinning in, up, and no good. Rebound pulled down by Mosier for Ankeny. Here's Pitts. Trying to break the lid off the basket. Down the lane, up, and good. Finally, the score there by Kendra Lewis. Ending the 11-0 run and makes it a 5-point ball game here as we wind down in the first quarter. Been a quick quarter back and forth. Zoe Hins pulls it out to Charleston. Over on the wing. Bartlett gets it to Hins. She loses the handle but keeps it. Tries to go inside to Bartlett, but Charleston luckily is right there for Southeast Polk. And she gets triple teamed out to Bartlett. Baseline jumper with 1 on the clock. And they just get it off. Hins now for 3. Good! Is that what you call a scramble? Now back the other way, up and 1. Pitts with the bucket.
Well, and that is the answer that Ankeny needed right there. Jenna Pitts with the recognition of knowing that even though the game clock was winding down, just hustle your way back, and Southeast Polk was a little slow, and she was able to finish with the foul. But in that last possession, big offensive rebound by Morgan Reese to get that three-pointer.
And Pitts completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And here's a shot at the buzzer. Oh, that hit the bucket. And that would have counted, but it goes off. And at the end of 1, it's Southeast Polk 17, Ankeny 12. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively
relentlessly.
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We'll go to the second quarter here at Southeast Polk. Ankeny will get possession with trailing by 5, 17-12. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips with you here. As Southeast Polk ran off an 11-0 run, and then Ankeny finally answered with a three-point play by Pitts. And now here's Ankeny back on offense. Gage drives in, stops, looks. 15 on the shot clock. Into the lane. Gage, 9 on the shot clock, puts it up. No good, and a rebound pulled down, and they call a foul on the floor. Off the ball will be Eva Solsis. That's just the second foul on Southeast Polk, and there's only been 2 called on Ankeny. It's just been a quick game and not a lot of contact because Southeast Polk's kind of shooting it quick too. Here's Pitts, over to Gage. Looks inside, now up high to Pitts. She crosses over. Trying to work that defense around, loses a handle. Solseth comes away with it. And then the frustration foul there on Shadravan. Got it stripped and then was mad, tried to get it back, committed the foul. You see that quite often. Charleston across court for 3, no good. The miss by Mitchell. The rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. Into Bartlett. She tries to throw it cross court. Pitts right there to pick it off. She gets it out for 3, no good. The miss there by Jax. Bartlett up ahead, Solseth. Drives in, gets it blocked. Now Ankeny, 2-on-1 break. Pitts fumbled the ball there, looking up. And taken away by Charleston. Charleston inside to Bartlett. Spins, kicks it out for 3. Solseth, good! Well, just outstanding ball movement by Southeast Polk.
Yeah, and that was off of another Ankeny turnover, and they were trying to cash in off a block there that they got in the low post. But Eva Solseth, she could just do it all, Darth. Just so versatile, and add another player to get a three-pointer. Ankeny trying to claw their way back, and we've seen this little buzz press that they have deployed, but it's also given Southeast Polk open looks like this.
Jax had the 2 down there, the miss of the 3 here, gets her own rebound. Dribbles through as Mitchell, and it rolls out to Charleston, who fires the 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Williams, and she'll push it up for Ankeny. Gets poked away by Bartlett, she'll get called for the personal. Her first, team's 3rd.
Well, and you could see on the on the face of Alyssa Bartlett right there, just having to get a little breather in because there's just been very little stoppages here. Didn't see that in the first quarter like you mentioned here to start this second quarter.
Zoe Hinsey comes back in, the sophomore, off the bench. Bartlett will, well, I guess Bartlett stayed in there. Hinsey will come in. Dribbling down the lane, kicks back to Gage. Gage pulls up right into the arms of Solseth and has it blocked. Bartlett dribbles through traffic down the lane, up and good, high off the glass. The kiss, and Bartlett's on the board.
She is a special player and just a sophomore, and you don't know what she's going to do, either pass it or go in the lane and drive.
And and she'll post up in the lane on the bigger players too.
She will, has great height at that point guard role.
Here's a 3 off by Solseth, knocked around, and Charleston comes away with it under the basket. Dribbles out, has it poked away, but Solstice will get to it. Up top. And Cooten gets it off. Here's a 3 by Solstice. Good! Well, everybody's willing to jack up a 3 on this Southeast Polk team, aren't they?
Oh, man, they are just shooting with a lot of confidence. You can tell, Dart, that they are glad to be back on their home floor because they are feeling it here to start this game.
There's a 3 up, no good. Rebound, put back up and good by Jasmine Mosier. Good strong move on the putback, and it's a 7-point lead as we get halfway through the second quarter. There's another 3 up, no good by Solseth. Rebound comes down to Gage.
And that was the stop that Ankeny needed because you can't be trading bucket for bucket when you're facing a 7-point deficit.
But then Gage gets blocked by Hinsey going the other way. Pull up, 3, good! Bartlett hits from long range. She's got 5.
4 different players for Southeast Polk have hit a 3, and there's still 3.5 left to play in the second quarter.
That advances the lead to 10. Drive, Pitts double clutches and gets it to go. Southeast Polk takes a timeout. Full timeout, so we'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
You see the Ankeny huddle as they're trying to figure out this Southeast Polk defense, Hunter, and what's Coach telling them, you think?
I think you have to be just aware with the basketball, and a lot of their turnovers have been simply unforced, and so they just have to be able to correct a few things. I think that they were able to finally get a big, I think rebounding has been one of the key items as well. You got to take care of the glass. I mean, we've seen a number of offensive rebounds lead to Southeast Polk points here in the second quarter alone, and I think on the offensive glass we saw Mosier get a rebound and a putback. So I think the emphasis is right there, but you got to be able to take care of the ball.
Yeah, don't turn it over on the offensive end. We've seen them come down a couple times and then turn it over as they got into their offense. So Southeast Polk will bring it up with a fresh 35 on the shot clock and just about 3 minutes to play first half with an 8-point lead. Long 3, short. Rebound is pulled down by Ankeny. Gage, she dribbles through traffic there. Excuse me, that's Jax. Now into Gage. Gage puts it up and good. So a little 4-0 run here cuts the lead down to 6 for Ankeny. Over to Hinsey, back across to Mitchell. And now over to Morgan Reese, who's in the ball game. And spin around, up off the glass, no good. Good move by Charleston, but couldn't quite finish it. Now Ankeny has a chance. 3 the other way, no good. Rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. Mitchell gets it over to Charleston. Rotate it back over. And Bartlett. A little too hard, taken away. On the breakaway, Bartlett gets back though. Gage puts it up and can't get it to go. And then a foul called. That'll go against Hinsey, but there again, one of those where you get the rebound come down and unable to get the play. They got a foul, but they missed a bucket down there, not taking care of those chances.
No, and it's really been hard-earned on both sides out of the timeout as Ankeny's able to cash in on the opening free throw. But, yeah, in transition, both teams have just had a little bit of difficulty here as of late. You know, both teams are going to their bench trying to get those fresh legs in.
Carson Jax hit the free throw. She misses the second. She's hitting nearly 79% on the season. So with 2 minutes to go, we got a 5-point ball game. And it had been 10 about halfway through the second quarter. On the drive, a Solseth kicks it out. That one is not a 3, that's short. And the rebound comes down to Jax. So again, a chance to cut into that lead here. Pitts looks at the 3, pulls up for 3, misses it. Solseth with the rebound, gets it out to Bartlett. Bartlett over, 3, good, rattles home by Van Kooten.
Just the third made 3 this season for Van Kooten, who is in the starting lineup for Brooklyn Daly, and she becomes the 5th player to hit a 3.
And the 4th one in this quarter, and the 9th 3 overall for Southeast Polk in this half. Bartlett kicks it out. Van Kooten drives in. Bounce pass inside, back out for three. Solseth, no good. And foul called on the rebound, the push on Pitts.
And that is a tough one for Ankeny right there.
You can see the look on her face there. Yeah, she didn't quite believe that.
And it's a tough one just because you had two players right there trying to clear out for the rebound. And, boy, that three by Van Kooten was much needed for Southeast Polk as Ankeny was on a run.
Bartlett takes it down the lane and up and good. She's got 9. And the lead back up to 10. They had it down to 5. Inside, and I was thinking about going up. Saw the defender there and tried to bring it back down, and everybody in the whole place could see that was going to be a travel.
Yep, you got to make that decision, in a split moment there when you're in the lane, and just another turnover that Ankeny just can't afford if they want to try to build momentum going into the locker room.
Bartlett down the lane, puts it up high off the glass, no good, and it comes off the hands, though, of Lewis, out of bounds to Southeast Polk. So just about a 2.4 differential between the shot clock and the game clock here. And then a foul called inside, holding in there on Jayla Williams, her first, team's 5th, so we're not in any danger of the 1-on-1 unless they commit a couple more fouls here in the last 35. On the drive, almost a foul there, reaching for it. Solseth up top to Charleston. They rotated around to Mitchell. 19 on the shot. Bartlett turns around, nobody's there. She drives and has it blocked by Gage. Gage will pull it up. 10 seconds to play, no shot clock now. Driving and blocked by Solseth. Up ahead. 1 second to go. It's good at the buzzer. Wow. At the buzzer. Mitchell with it. And at the half, it's a 12-point lead for Southeast Polk over Ankeny. Let's take a break. We'll come back. It's our halftime after this on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest. Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond Certified used vehicles at DeArmondAuto.com.
We're here at halftime at Southeast Polk, the state champion dance team out on the floor for the Rams, and they have a 35-23 lead here over Ankeny. And let's take a look back at that final shot at the buzzer there. Came off the miss. They got it up ahead, and then to Mitchell, and it rolls around and down as the light comes on.
And I think that play really describes Southeast Polk's action there in the first half and how they were really able to get things going in transition with that finish right there. And otherwise a little high-low game, kicking out to a lot of open shooters, and Dar, they made a lot of threes there in that first half, really raining down. And Ankeny got off to a good start, in the first 3 minutes, but then once Southeast Polk got a little confident from beyond the arc, they just really didn't look back. And so
9 threes in the first half, 5 in the first quarter, 4 in the second quarter. That reminded me of the old drill we did, weave up the floor where you pass it and you never let the ball hit the floor. That last play was almost like that, where you just on the fast break. And then for Ankeny, they've had a couple threes, but just in the half-court set, as we've talked about, when they come down, they've had too many turnovers and not finishing the play offensively.
Yeah, turnovers really hurt them, I think, really to start the second quarter, and that last bucket there to end the first half came off of yet another turnover. So for Ankeny, they just got to clean things up, but Southeast Polk, you got to like the intensity in which they have played with, really setting the tone on both ends of the floor, especially on the glass. Really like what they have done there as well. And so, yeah, Southeast Polk playing like the hungrier team here through one half of basketball, but Ankeny's got enough firepower to be able to really get back in this one.
So we'll look at the scoring here unofficially for Ankeny. Savannah Gage with 9, 7 for Jenna Pitts, 4 for Carson Jacks, 2 apiece for Kendra Lewis and Jasmine Mosier. They were 2 of 3 from the free throw line and had, 2 threes in that first half. For Southeast Polk, pretty balanced scoring overall. 8 for Zoe Hinsey, the sophomore off the bench. 7 for Alyssa Bartlett, 6 for Stella Charleston, 6 for Eva Solset, 5 for J.C. Mitchell, and 3 for Anna Van Kooten. And as you said, it was 6 players with a 3 on the Southeast Polk side of it. So, and some of those were, the way they passed the ball, they were pretty wide open. Good looks at the 3.
Yeah, and they had a lot of open looks that they weren't able to make. So you just got to give credit to Coach Daly and her staff for getting the team really well prepared. And as a coaching staff, I'm sure they love the balanced scoring. I mean, that's what you want, everyone looking to score. That's how Southeast Polk wants to play. And so for Ankeny, the adjustments are to really, really not give Southeast Polk those chances, because they got to take care of the basketball. And so, but no, Southeast Polk, you couldn't have drawn up a better start for them here on their home floor.
So you were watching the big rematch, Waukee Northwest. Was it Northwest was ahead at half, or was it Waukee?
So right now, midway through the third quarter, much closer game. Waukee is up by 1 against Waukee Northwest, 23-22. But I do want to point out a big matchup at Dowling Catholic. Number 1 Johnston in the building on the girls' side, and Johnston is down right now. 29-18 is the score. Dowling in front there, I believe, the second quarter. So that'll be one to keep an eye on. Dowling's been playing some really good basketball, now ranked number 4. Ava Zedeker, one of the top players in the state, and just the sophomore as well. We talked about the talent, Dar, that's around the state, a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
And that is what is just, the future's so bright. It starts at the grassroots level. You see how college basketball here in the state of Iowa is performing at a high level. This is where it starts, right here. And we've seen it here with these two teams, that the majority of the heavy hitters are actually the younger players.
And we've seen some of those. You've seen Katie Dinnebeer, for example, has really just come on at Drake there, a younger player in college, and she's really come on. We see some of these players going, and just in the many years I've been doing girls basketball, the level of talent has just come up so much. And, when we see Caitlin Clark, well, she's kind of an anomaly. She's way up in the stratosphere, but there's a lot of really other good high school girls players that have come up through the ranks here and that are, go on to play college ball all over the place.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought up Katie. I mean, before we get our broadcast started, you see the pictures from the state tournament from a few years ago, and there was Katie starring for Waukee, and yeah, she's done a fantastic job at Drake. They got a number of local players. Of course, Brooklyn Daly is going to be added to that, but even Iowa State, you look at all the local talent that's up there, and that's going to be coming up there. Ashley Jones from Iowa City, and then you look at UNI. All 5 of their starters are from the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
So,
and the last several years in the girls 5A, you get, the teams are pretty well balanced, but you get to that championship game and there's one player that kind of steps up. Katie Dinnebier was one. Zoe from Valley.
Zoe Young.
She just, Jacobson was one way back for Waukee. She you get one player that has a huge game that makes a difference. Dinnebier kind of took it over there for Waukee. Then you had the players for Johnston, so you get these teams that are pretty well balanced, but you get the one girl that has a big game in that championship, and that seemed over the last several years turned the tide.
Yeah, and that's what makes state basketball that much fun, because you don't know, who some of the stars are coming in, but you never know who's going to shine the brightest at the biggest of stages, and these are 2 teams that are looking to get their way to the well. Of course, we got a lot of basketball left here, and so, but these are 2 teams that last year coming off pretty good seasons, especially for Ankeny. I know they came up a little bit short against Roosevelt there to punch their ticket, but these are 2 teams that are going to be looking to make some noise, once we get to February and early March.
Now, I know you and I haven't done a lot of girls' games, high school games yet, but the shot clock, I've seen a few instances where it most impacts teams that, a lot of these teams play fast, like Southeast Polk and Ankeny, but it's those times when you get down where maybe there's a minute or minute and a half left at the end of a half, and they can't hold the ball anymore to try to get, to run it down for one shot. So that's, I think, for the really good teams where it's had the biggest impact so far. Is that kind of what you've seen?
Yeah, I think that all the coaches, at least from the games that I've called, they've done a really good job. I think at the beginning of the season, certainly it was an adjustment for sure to get that, to play with the shot clock, but a good number of these players play AAU basketball where they already have the shot clock implemented. So it's something that I think that they were used to, and of course watching college basketball, they're used to it. Obviously different when playing it, but we've seen throughout the season that these teams have been able to be able to handle the shot clock no problem.
So Southeast Polk in the white, they'll get the ball to start the second half with that 12-point lead. Looks like about the same starting lineup. Charleston for 3 right out of the gate. Stella Charleston with her 3rd 3 of the night, giving her 9 points, and gets the second half started the way it ended almost for Southeast Polk. It's firing from long range. Gage down the lane, up and answers there. And you don't want to say that they have to match them basket for basket, but you got to think they got to get a couple stops, and you can't just match them right now because you're trailing.
Yeah, I mean, for Ankeny right now, they need a string of stops here to try to build something positive to start the second half. But how about Southeast Polk with Stella Charleston, made 2 threes in the first quarter and starting it off with a 3 here in the second half.
Solseth up top, bounce pass outside. Across the top, knocked away, and that will go to Ankeny. So they get a turnover that they need. And we're talking about all this with Brooklyn Daly still sitting on the bench here, and she'll be out for this game here for Southeast Polk with that emergency appendectomy. So when they get her back, that adds just, she's their leading scorer. Adds that much more punch to the offense. Up top with it, Gage rotates it over. Now they go inside, turn around. Williams, so nice move. Come up under the basket. 2 straight here for Ankeny. Down the lane, Solseth has it knocked out of bounds, blocked by Gage. Could almost have called that a held ball jump there almost.
Boy, and that has been a fun post battle here between her and Shadravan, who has at least 4 blocks here to start this one, as Ankeny nearly came away with the inbound steal.
Bartlett in the lane, kicks it out. 3, no good. Rebound pulled off on the other side by Van Kooten. Get it out to Mitchell, off to Van Kooten. Sosa pulls up for 3, rolls off, no good, and the rebound. And there'll be a foul on the rebound. That's how she got it. J.C. Mitchell gets the rebound, but she got called for the push on that. Her first and the team's first here of the second half. Here comes Ankeny. Gage spins, looks, and she was going to get it off. She did somehow. I don't know how they did that, but Jayla Williams got it and got the bucket.
Yeah, probably not how they draw it up in practice, as that was near disaster there for Ankeny, but Jayla Williams handling the handoff just fine and off to a strong start here to this second half for the Hawkettes.
6-0 run now for them, and Bartlett inside. She gets a block by Gage. Savannah Gage with it. She stops, drives in, and then traveled with it. I think she felt the pressure, maybe a block coming, and she pulled up and then couldn't quite throw on the brakes. So Southeast Polk gets the turnover. They'll come back the other way. Still up by 9. And back in on the timeout. Up is Bartlett, no good. And it says Zoe Hinsey, the sophomore, has given a lot of good minutes in the first half. Back in there now. Into the lane, they kick it outside. Through, up with the left hand, no good by Williams, and the rebound comes off the Southeast Polk. Up to Solsa. Outside, good for 3. Zoe Hins.
Second time she has come off the bench to provide immediate production for the Rams tonight.
And Ankeny, they're just clawing back, and all of a sudden, boom, another 3. This time, stop and go inside, no good. Pitts gets the rebound, and Hins will get called for the foul, her second, team second.
But yeah, you're right, Dar. I mean, just when Ankeny has been able to put together, a little 6-0 spurt, then all of a sudden Southeast Polk is able to bury one of those trays, and they have had an answer. It seems like every time Ankeny is able to come up with a couple of stops, be able to get a bucket on the other end, and so just got to stick to, what was working here to start this second half. Williams has been playing really well for them, and see if they get more touches in the paint.
Inside the Gage, she draws the foul from J.C. Williams, who came back in. Or J.C. Mitchell, excuse me. And Morgan Reese was also in, and Savannah Gage to the free throw line. Gets the first one. She's hitting almost over 89%, just over 89%, and gets both there, and it's back down to a 10-point lead again. Bartlett, the 4-minute mark in the third. Dribbles in, back out. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell looks for Bartlett. Now back up top to Reese. Shot clock at 12, and the foul. I think that'll go against Gage. It will. Her team's first here of the second half on Ankeny.
I like the aggressiveness from Bartlett. She is a player that is known as a really good facilitator, although she, a couple turnovers here tonight. You're going to get that from a young player, but in the absence of Brooklyn Daly, asked to score a little bit more, looking to drive in and earn a trip to the line, and able to knock down both.
Second free throw is good. She's hitting about 72% from the charity stripe and gets both of them there and puts the lead back up to 12 for the Rams. Here's Pitts. Up to Gage. Looking for some help there, Lewis. Pitts. Up top to Lewis. Lewis drives in and called for the travel.
How about the defense there from Zoe Hins? I mean, she went out to close out on the shooter and then denied her on the dribble drive. I mean, you can't ask for anything better. Just look at that sophomore class for Southeast Polk. We mentioned Bartlett. Hins a part of that as well. So, Coach Staley, has been able to develop or get, players to, get in these programs early and often. Here's a deep look that
Charleston, no good, yeah. But knocked away coming back. They got Bartlett up ahead. Yeah, you're right. There's a three. Good! J.C. Mitchell. Yeah, because they'll lose, Daly, Charleston, and Mitchell are seniors, but they got, a lot of good talent to fill those holes up. And then a foul on Southeast Polk. I think that'll be Morgan Reese. Her first, team's fourth. And Maddie Maines is in for the first time tonight for Southeast Polk. They sub in. Get it in, now back out to Pitts. She looks for the cutter, gets her down the lane, up and good. Is Gage. Gage with 15 now for Ankeny. There's a three again. Good! Mitchell from deep. She's got 11 now. That's her third three.
Just impressive what we are seeing out of Southeast Polk here tonight shooting the basketball.
And Mitchell comes back and gets her third personal. So she might come out of the game, I think. Yep. Bartlett got a breather. She'll come in, and Mitchell will come over there with her third personal. You see the replay on that. She just popped up, turned, and fired it. Now back to live action. Lob inside, up, no good. Gets a rebound, and one for Jayla Williams.
Well, Williams has been really battling here in this third quarter there in the mid-post, low post, and able to work with the contact. It's been her and Gage that have really done all the scoring for the Hawkettes here in this second half. They need to get others going if they want to come back in this one.
And they missed the free throw. And it's a 14-point advantage for Southeast Polk. Here's Soltis for three. Man, you just can't give him much room at all out there. Solseth now with 9, all of those on three-pointers. Gage gets it off. Here's a three, no good. And stripped away. Bounce pass back up. And Gage draws the foul on the drive. That'll go against Maddie Maines. And credit Jayla Williams for the nice pass there inside. Gage hits the free throw. And she'll get one more here. Hits that one. And a minute to play, third quarter. Southeast Polk up by 15. And raining into threes. Solseth down the lane this time. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Savannah Gage with her second, just the second team foul.
Well, and there's a number of players, Star, that have stood out tonight. Hot shooting from players like J.C. Mitchell as of late here in this third quarter. Stella Charleston, but Eva Solseth, she has just put her imprint on every facet of the game tonight. She has been fun to watch, of course, coming off an ACL injury from a year ago. Such a vital part of this Rams team, and you have seen it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, offensively and defensively. She's really kind of stymied Ankeny inside it all tonight defensively. And then this hit from deep. She gets 1 of 2 free throws there. That one knocked around, kept alive. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, 16. Pitts will put it up and hit it. Her first points of the second half. She's got 9. And shot clock off now for Southeast Polk as we get to the end of the third quarter. Bartlett with it. 10 seconds. She'll cross over down the lane, scoops it up and good. And at the buzzer off the iron, no good. 55-39, Southeast Polk will take that lead to the fourth quarter. Back with that after this on CISN.TV.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
You see the Ankeny Hawkette huddle has they've got a little work to do here in the fourth quarter, down by 16, 55-39. They've increased the scoring a little bit here in the third quarter, 16 points, but then Southeast Polk outscores them by, they scored 20 in the quarter, so, and doing it again by the long ball.
Yeah, and it's not just been a couple of players. I mean, it's been well balanced and just such a great approach by Southeast Polk entering the night. And, for Ankeny, it's one of those things where, they've just been a little slow there on the defensive end of the floor. And, you give Southeast Polk an inch, they're going to go ahead and let them fly. But now you're going to see the press really start to break out from the Hawkettes.
13 threes for Southeast Polk. They break the press. There's a three other way. That one's wide of the mark. And Solseth tries to save it, but gets a toe on the line down there. Off the miss by Van Kooten.
Now, Dara did want to provide a score update for everyone watching back home. Again, number 1 team in the state, Johnston, visiting Dowling Catholic, and Dowling up 39-23 with 3 to play in the third quarter. We'll continue to keep you posted on that one.
That Dowling squad is one that seems to be coming on as of late, too. There's a long three by Gage, is off no good. I don't know if she thought the shot, there was 19 on the shot clock, so no reason to hurry that, but is that, you said that was in the third quarter?
Yeah, that was in the third quarter with just over 3 minutes to play.
Solseth up no good. Rebound pulled down by J-Lo Williams, the freshman for Ankeny. Comes all the way down, and it's kicked off the Southeast Polk player.
Been really impressed with Williams tonight, especially here in the second half. I mean, that's a strong rebound there when you have a pair of Rams around you, and not only that, but setting screens. We've seen what she's been able to do, scoring down low. Just a freshman for this Ankeny program.
Pulls up, gets it blocked, though, gets it right back, and then goes to the bucket and one.
That's what you love, just the effort.
Just
right
the tenacity, yeah.
I mean, normally you get a little frustrated there when you get your shot blocked, but she was able to maintain the dribble and then finish with contact for the second time here in this second half, trying to will the Hawkettes back here late.
And she gets the free throw. Gives her 9 points. Now for Southeast Polk, they're in the 1-and-1 foul-wise, but it's going to take a lot of fouls here for Ankeny to get back into it. They've been pressuring, and Southeast Polk's been able to handle it thus far. Just get it across, up, and they're going to say 10-second call. Oh, I think the ball was in the air as the clock hit 24. Fans don't like it, but
yeah, that was a late call right there.
It seemed like I was kind of watching that shot clock to see if it got to the 25, and she did release it, but it's when it touches somebody else in the court, I think. There's a three, no good, and a foul out front. I think he's going to say that was after the shot. Yeah. So that was on Charleston. So that'll be a 1-and-1, I think.
Yep, it will be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Ankeny. The shot, the foul did not occur on the shot.
Yeah, she was trying to block her out, I guess, out at the top of the key and drew the foul. And that's the 9th team foul on Southeast Polk. That's the only thing where they really had a problem, but it isn't end up being quite a problem right now when you're up by 13. Because if Ankeny could get in and get to the line, get a few points back, but.
Well, in Ankeny this year, I mean, a 75% free throw shooting team, and so this is the time, to be able to make these trips count. And obviously, when Southeast Polk commits fouls, it's stopping the clock. It's giving you the advantage to be able to climb your way back into it. So these are the trips that really matter right here.
The 1-and-1. Lewis hits the first.
And again, they'll continue to go to that press. It caused a turnover the last time around for the Rams. So far from over.
Gets both, and Southeast Polk is yet to score here in the fourth quarter. And now the pressure will be on again. They got the turnover last time. And they break it now. And travel called. So Ankeny forces the turnover off the press once again.
Oh, and it's been executed just so well, and the Rams have not had an answer for it. And so this is
we can bring Zoe Hins in. Now Southeast Polk will. Ankeny gets the ball, and they call a foul on J.C. Mitchell. That's her fourth. 10th, so we're in the double bonus now for Ankeny. Well, this could get interesting if Ankeny keeps up the pressure, keeps getting to the line here. Shadravan is a 60% free throw shooter. To shoot 2, hits the first one. Her first point of the night. And misses the second one. So 6 straight points by Ankeny, and what do you call a push, a foul on?
And again, Ankeny can continue to play as aggressive as they want here for really a good chunk of time. So playing well into the Hawkettes' end.
Jax with the foul, her first. Yeah, just three team fouls on Ankeny. So you say they can put a little pressure on now. It won't hurt them. We're getting down to the 6-minute mark. Southeast Polk finally gets it back into the front court there. And you can see Ankeny's ranked up. Ratcheted up is what I'm trying to say, the pressure here. There's a three. Solseth, boom! Solseth hits another three.
13 points for her tonight, and none bigger than those right there for the Rams.
Ends a 6-0 run. A rebound comes off to Van Kooten. Knocked away. It'll stay with Ankeny. Back in for Ankeny, Zoe Shadravan. Also back in there is Kendra Lewis. And Bartlett will get it in to Solseth. Hands over to Bartlett. Bartlett will drive right in. Kicks it out. Hinsdale drives and draws the foul against Kendra Lewis. Lewis's second, team's fourth.
Boy, and Hins tonight, just right out of the chute, able to make a big impact with a corner three, and that's what really helped Southeast Polk get that 11-0 run there to pull away there in the first quarter, and really on both ends of the floor. She has just been exceptional, very fast, and teams just have had difficulty guarding her tonight, including Ankeny. They just really haven't had an answer.
13 points. She averages 5. So she stepped it up tonight. Pitts down the lane. Good. Ankeny calls a timeout. 30-second timeout here. So I got to stay with the pressure, I'd imagine, here for Ankeny, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you got the fouls that are on your side, only 4 team fouls. And so, you know, the last time that you were able to deploy that press when they were set to inbound it, you're able to cause 2 turnovers. And so that's really where they're at right now. But how about Eva Solseth with that big three there? I mean, that's just such a huge answer. And really, just when Ankeny, you just thought they have a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they're going to go
Southeast Polk has had an answer.
Well, Southeast Polk hadn't scored till that three in the fourth quarter. So that really kind of got them right back into it, because there was a 6-0 run by Ankeny. So you'll see the pressure now. Ankeny in the dark, going to pressure Southeast Polk in the home whites. They get into Bartlett. This time she just quickly dribbles through it. And Charleston back in now. I think, foul call. I think Coach Daly must have said we need more movement, because they came out of that huddle moving around a lot, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that she really instructed them on this is what's going to work here through this press. And when you have someone that can handle the ball like Alyssa Bartlett, boy, that's a good security blanket to have, because you know that you can trust that when, you know, she has the ball in her hands.
Solseth drives, gets it blocked there by Shadravan. Back the other way, Pitts goes coast to coast for 2. Pitts with the bucket. Excuse me, that was Gage, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was a nice finish on that reverse layup off another block from Shadravan.
There's a three that misses. Hintz tried to keep it alive, but stepped on the baseline. So that was Gage. It gives her 19 to lead all scorers here.
Well, you could see Coach Daly down there not really happy with their team, and that there was still 15 seconds on the shot clock. You know, there's no sense in rushing things when you're up by 11.
But that's a hard thing, too, when you're down and you're lock and load and fire, then all of a sudden, well, slow it down, We've seen teams, we both have, where they do that, and then they slow it down, and then they can't get that rhythm back, coming back off the slowdown. There's a foul on Solseth, her third. And will send Shadravan to the line. Misses there. She'll get one more. This would cut it to 10 with about half the fourth quarter to go. Misses it. Hins comes off with the rebound. And the trouble with those missed free throws, you can't press off them. Out of bounds to Southeast Polk. You see Charleston there on the screen. She's not scored in the fourth quarter. Hins with it. Shot clock down to 10. Charleston, 6. Hins drives, loses the handle out. They'll get it out of bounds with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Back in comes Kendra Lewis for Ankeny. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Charleston. She drives, has it blocked by Pitts. So now they could get it under 10 with a 3. It's good. Kendra Lewis. 8-point ball game. They throw it deep wide open. Solseth on the deep shot. Man, she always finds a spot.
Zoe Hins, what a dime.
Offensive foul on Pitts.
Boy, and Coach Ankeny not happy about that offensive foul call. Thought that was going to be a defensive foul there on Southeast Polk, but Hins again. I mean, she was wrapped around I don't know how many defenders, and she just threw it like a quarterback downfield, down court to Solseth, who took care of the rest.
Solseth's for 3. Misses it. Under 3 minutes to play. That one off. Solseth with the rebound. Speaking of quarterbacks, how about Southeast Polk? Back-to-back football titles. We haven't seen that in a long time. Well, Dowling had the run there, but I mean, any other team's going back-to-back. And the foul here goes against Pitts. That's her 4th. Solseth goes to the line with 15. Misses that one on the 1-and-1. We talked about it earlier. That 3 that she hit was a big one in the fourth quarter. Bartlett scrambling, dives, gets it, and timeout called. Tracy Daly, as Bartlett went down, and full timeout. So we'll take a break here. Be back after this on CISN.TV.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Here at Southeast Polk, the Rams hanging on to a 10-point lead with 2:29 to play. They get the ball in. Bartlett goes down and gets the bouncer for the bucket. Nice play off the inbound there. Bartlett now has 13.
Just a well drawn up play there from Coach Daly, hitting that from that far sideline and well executed. And now here's
Mitchell fouls out.
Yep.
With 11 points.
Jenna Pitts, this is the player you want if you're Ankeny to try to bring this back within 10 points. Still a lot of time left to play.
Hits the free throw. Pitts with 12. She's averaging 9.5. That makes it a 10-point ball game again. Is there enough time left? Throw it in the middle, now back out, and Bartlett will take it. Charleston over to Bartlett. 2 minutes to play. Van Kooten gets it back to Bartlett. Shot clock at 10. And a travel call on Hins. The sophomore hasn't made many mistakes tonight, though. She's been pretty solid off the bench for him.
Yeah, she's really been solid, but Savannah Gage, another sophomore, has been just as solid. And how about that for Jenna Pitts?
That was
shown off the strength while getting that finish. I mean, that is just tremendous effort by the senior.
Yeah, that was kind of like an NBA continuation almost, but they give her the bucket and the foul there. And for Pitts, hits the free throw. And makes it a 7-point ball game off that 3-point play. Now here's where the shot clock could help Ankeny. Solseth inside spins, looks, gets it to Hins, and she comes right down the lane and pops it in. She's got 15. Pitts stops, drops it in. Boy, Pitts is just trying to wheel him back in this one, isn't she?
It's a little back and forth, fun action here to end this ball game, and you got to love the fight that you've seen from Jenna Pitts. We're going to have a full timeout here on the floor.
Full timeout. Yep, so we'll take a break too here on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homemakers.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
There's Jenna Pitts for Ankeny. She's tried to pull him back into the ball game. She's got 18 points here tonight. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of those, half of those coming in the fourth quarter as Ankeny is now trailing by 7. Pressure on. They get it up ahead to Charleston. She gets it across the half line. Now they do a little high weave with it. Hins drives through and they foul her. So 1-1 here. The foul goes on Shadravan. And Hins goes to the line. 1-of-1 for the free throw line tonight. Hitting almost 88% on the season. And she avoids the announcer jinx there.
It is real.
Yes.
It is real for sure.
It is.
But no, what a game tonight from Hins. I know we've talked about her quite often, but has really stepped up when the team needed it most.
Super sophomore puts that one through. She's got 17. Now taken away. Bartlett, 1 minute to play. 9-point lead and a foul by Jax. Still a 1-and-1 here. Charleston will go to the free throw line. She's not shot a free throw tonight. She's hitting 87.5% so far on the season.
And Tara, do have a final score on the other matchup happening here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee Northwest coming back in the second half to win at Waukee on the girls' side, 46-38.
Wow. Charleston gets them both. And scramble for it. Hins comes away with it. And they're going to. Carson Jacks will be called for the foul.
Well, you got to give Ankeny a lot of credit in how they were able to start this fourth quarter and really start to put pressure on Southeast Polk. But tonight, it was just the Rams' resiliency. Not just tonight, but going to their win against Waukee Northwest without their star, Brooklyn Daly.
Yeah, you can see they've all just kind of stepped it up a notch, saying, hey, Brooklyn, we got you. Take your time, And that one is no good. And here comes Ankeny. Down the lane, up. And the timeout. Full timeout. We'll take another break here on CISN.TV.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Back here at Southeast Polk, Jenna Pitts waiting Southeast Polk to come out of the timeout for Ankeny, and pressure on by Ankeny, trailing by 10. And there's a foul. And now that'll be the 10th, so that'll be the double bonus. Carson Jacks. Well, credit Southeast Polk. They've taken every counter punch that Ankeny came out, started a 6-0 run to start the fourth, but then they came right back, and they just managed to take everything Ankeny's put back at them.
It was just the hot shooting. I mean, what did we have them down for? 13 threes tonight? Somewhere in that neighborhood with 6 different players knocking down a three. I mean, that's just tough to stop. And so, no, you could tell that Southeast Polk was motivated to be back on their home court. And, yeah, I mean, you do have to give Ankeny credit. I mean, they, at times, to start the third and fourth quarter, they really started to put Southeast Polk on the ropes. But the Rams had an answer and going to notch themselves a pretty impressive win against an Ankeny team that had been playing pretty well over the last few games. But Jenna Pitts in this And this Ankeny squad not going down without a fight. And really impressed by her leadership here, and also going back to Jayla Williams as well. She's been fantastic here in the second half. So,
yes, 14 threes
yeah, 14.
on the night for Southeast Polk. Pitts to the line. She's got 20 points. It'll stay at 20. Charleston gets the rebound. Now shot clock will be off. And Hens will go to the line. She's tied with Pitts at 20 for leading scorer. She'll get a couple more free throws. I won't tell you what she's done at the line. That one looked good, right through.
Well, and her brother Zed plays on the boys team. The match will be coming up shortly after this one is over.
And that is, 2, 4, 6, 8 for 8 free throws by the sophomore here in the fourth quarter. Turn around. I don't think she knew where she was. Jax turns around and puts it in. And then another foul. I think the fans like that, but.
So while we do have a trip here to the line, another quick score update as time is winding down in West Des Moines. Dowling on top of number 1 Johnston, undefeated Johnston, 60-48. With 43 seconds left to go. Johnston at the line and missing the first, so an upset possibly brewing there at Dowling Catholic High School.
Charleston gets she's 4 free throws here in the second half. 3, and that is going to do it. 77-65. Southeast Polk gets win number 10 on the season. First home game in a while, and they came out firing tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the scoring in this one after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Final here tonight in the girls' game, it was Southeast Polk 77, Ankeny 65. Dar Danielson, 100 Phillips with you. I'll run down the scoring. Jenna Pitts led Ankeny with 20, 19 for Savannah Gage, 11 for Jayla Williams, 7 for Kendra Lewis, 6 for Carson Jackson, 1 for Zoe Shadravan. For Southeast Polk, Zoe Hins, the sophomore, led all scorers with 22. 15 for Eva Solseth, 13 for Stella Charleston and Alyssa Bartlett, 11 for J.C. Mitchell, and 3 for Anna Van Kooten. 14 threes for Southeast Polk. They led 17-12 after 1, 35-23 at the half, 55-39 after 3 in the final, 77-65. an impressive offensive output, not bad defensive either for Southeast Polk here tonight, Hunter.
No, they just simply set the tone on both ends of the floor. I think defense is where it really started to separate there when they got that 11-0 run in the first quarter. But, yeah, the hot shooting and multiple players getting involved. Without their top scorer, it says a lot about this Southeast Polk team. Ankeny, meanwhile, they battled back, and they almost, made a game of it. But certainly we'll have to go back to the drawing board before they get back after it next week.
All right, the final here, 77-65. Southeast Polk goes to 10-4 on the season. Ankeny falls to an even 8-8. We have a special between-game interview look we'll have coming up for you. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with that coming up after this on CISN.TV.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just
comes Northwest. Kelderman drives the floor. Up and in!
Riley back the other way. Over to Lewis. Lewis, deep three-pointers buried.
Mr. Box Office, Omaha Blue, right in your living room.
Hello everyone, welcome into the CISN Game Break Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. We got a lot coming up in the next couple minutes to get you in between the games tonight. We got rankings for the boys and girls basketball in Class 4A and around the CIML, top 5 plays from last week, and much, much more. Let's jump right into it. Starting with the boys' rankings in Class 4A, thanks to the Iowa High School Athletic Association. These came out Monday, January 16th. Cedar Rapids Kennedy, the new #1 team in Class 4A. They are atop of the rankings for the first time this season, a high-flying offense out of the eastern side of Iowa. Waukee Northwest at #2, despite the loss to Valley. The Wolves just fall back one spot. Their crosstown rival, Waukee, #3. They do not move at all, despite a loss to Ankeny on Friday night. Valley, with a win over Waukee Northwest, they jump a little bit. They are up to #4, Ankeny Centennial at 5. Indianola has had a very surprising season, and with their star player Drew Kingery injured, they still cannot seem to get beat. They sit #6 out of the Little Hawkeye Conference. Sioux City East out at 7th. Sioux City East, the last team in Western Iowa to win a state title at the Class 4A level. Can they do it again to represent the state at that level since 2002? Dubuque Senior, number 8, after their loss to Cedar Rapids, Washington. Waterloo West, a surprising team at number 9. The Wahawks look very good, both on the boys and girls side. And Cedar Falls at number 10 in this week's Class 4A rankings. And now on to the girls' rankings in Class 5A as of Thursday, January 12th. The Johnston Dragons at number 1, still undefeated. Their winning streak is closing in on 40-plus games for the Dragons. Can anyone stop Johnston, or will they roll to a second straight title? They sit number 1. Don't look to see that changing anytime soon. Pleasant Valley out of Eastern Iowa, number 2. The Spartans really solid this year, could cause some disruption at the state tournament level. Waterloo West, the Wahawks at number 3. They were a little bit higher, but a loss to Linmar dropped the Wahawks back to number 3 in the state. Valley at number 4. Davenport North at number 5. Dowling Catholic, who seems to just be getting better every single game, they sit at number 6. Ankeny Centennial, the Jaguars lost to Dowling Catholic. They are number 7. Southeast Polk drops to number 8 after a loss to Waukee. Iowa City West at 9. Linmar at 10. And then 11th, Sioux City East. Des Moines North at number 12. The Polar Bears doing a nice job this season, appear to be the top team out of the Des Moines Public School District. Ankeny at 13th, Cedar Falls at 14th, and Iowa City Liberty rounds out your 15 in Class 5A. That wraps it up for our rankings portion of tonight's show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll look at the top 5 plays of last week and what's going on the Central Iowa Sports Network this week.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of Central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondAuto.com.
Welcome back. We're going to take a look at our top 5 plays of last week on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Starting out with number 5, Waukee Northwest hosting Johnston. How about this play by number 25, Grant Tigas? Goes up skies to get the long pass and fires a long 3. At one point, he had 3 3-pointers almost right in a row. Grant Tigas, he's not very tall, but man, he makes a great play and splashes home the 3. Waukee Northwest would go on to win against Johnston. Moving on to number 4, Waukee Northwest and Johnston once again on the girls' side. Jenica Lewis, the star freshman, a long 3-pointer from the wing. She had 24 points in the victory. The freshman just keeps getting better and better for the Dragons. She is going to be a menace in the next couple seasons for Johnston. Moving on to number 3, Chuck Epperly, Valley upsets Waukee Northwest. Chuck Epperly, how about the nice little up and under layup? Even he kind of surprised himself as he runs back down the court. After a huge upset win over Waukee Northwest, who was number 1 at the time, Chuck Epperly with a beautiful play for Valley. On to number 2, it's Valley and Waukee Northwest again. This time, J.C. Lucky all the way to the basket. A little stop and go, up and under move, off glass, up and in. Beautiful basketball by Valley, who just seems to be getting better every single game. The Tigers are number 4 in the latest poll in Class 5A. They got a big win over Waukee Northwest last Tuesday. At number 1, speaking of the big upset like we talked about, Kiki Dang all the way to the basket, gets fouled and won. Kiki Dang, huge playmaker for Valley's offense, and he was the leader as Valley upset number 1 Waukee Northwest at home to move up in the rankings. That is your top 5 plays of last week on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Moving on, what's on the docket for our broadcast on the Central Iowa Sports Network this week for January 16th through January 20th. On Tuesday, January 17th, we are at Valley High School for girls wrestling starting at 6 o'clock. Ankeny, Johnston, Southeast Polk, Urbandale, West Des Moines Valley, and the Raccoon River, which makes up Waukee Northwest, ADM, and Van Meter, will all go head-to-head on the mat in what should be a thrilling night of girls wrestling in the CIML. On Thursday, it's boys wrestling. Waukee at Valley for a dual meet. Should be a great matchup between those two very talented programs. The action gets started at 7 o'clock Central Time. Again, live on our CISN YouTube channel. And on Friday, a big game, one that we've been talking about for a while. We'll first talk about the one of two. Ankeny on the road at Southeast Polk. The Hawks coming off the upset win over Waukee. Southeast Polk getting better, it seems, as the season goes on. Should be a very great matchup on the hardwood over at Southeast Polk High School. And then the highly anticipated rematch. Waukee Northwest, number 2, goes to number 3 Waukee at the Fieldhouse. Northwest beat the Warriors of the last time out back on December 6th thanks to a last-second shot by Kate Kelderman. Can Omaha and Ballou and Company finally beat Waukee Northwest for the first time in the school's rivalry history? All of that tips off at 6:15, starting with the girls' action for both games on Friday, January 20th, live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. That will wrap it up for us on the CISN Game Break Show. We appreciate everyone for watching. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the next game on tap. I'm your host, Blake Walker. Thanks for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll get you right to the game.
Back here at Southeast Polk High School, getting ready for the boys' half of our doubleheader. Southeast Polk boys taking on the Ankeny boys here as Southeast Polk girls get the win tonight. And looking at it, looks like Ankeny's coming in on a 2-game win streak here. Southeast Polk, let's see, they beat, is that right? No, what schedule am I looking at? Who did Southeast Polk beat their last game?
Well, they're coming off a tough outing against Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, they lost to Waukee Northwest, right.
Yeah, tough schedule for the Rams over the last 5 games. You know, losing 4 out of their last 5, but against some of the top competition in the state. So they're eager to get back on their home floor. But as you mentioned, Ankeny coming in on a 2-game win streak, and they'll be looking to try to notch what would be a big CIML road win. Southeast Polk is still searching for their first CIML win. So 2 teams that may be at the bottom of the CIML, but they're hungry. They want to play some good basketball here late in January, and going to be exciting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and we talked about it. They may be at the bottom of the conference, but we still got some talent here and some guys who can, and it's always a good battle, too, with these teams is you're trying to grow and you're trying to get better and look toward the end of the season. So it'll be an interesting matchup as we get ready to wind it down. And the Waukee Northwest Waukee Girls Contest was a wild one. I bet the boys will probably be about the same if it follows suit from last time.
Well, and they had to start a little bit early out there in Waukee because of the high demand for that one. And as expected, a close one early. Of course, you can catch that game also on the Central Iowa Sports Network, a 2-point lead for Waukee on their home floor. So, yeah, the CIML is where it is at, Dar, for state basketball here this year. And, the talent is really spread out. And these are 2 programs that have had to face it night in and night out. And now we'll see which one of these squads gets the upper hand.
Clock winding down. We're getting ready for player introductions here as the second half of our doubleheader on a Friday night. As Southeast Polk hosting Ankeny here. Good crowd on hand. We got the pep band. And when we say pep band, we're not talking like a dozen people, Hunter. We're talking a full-blown Southeast Polk Ram pep band, aren't we?
That's right. You can see them in the upper left corner of your screen. They have been fantastic here tonight.
Maddox Ward, the 5'9 senior. Riley Edwards, a 6'3 senior for Southeast Polk. Jamison Patton, a 6'2 senior. Zeb Hins, a 5'10 junior. Talked about his sister in the earlier game. Carson Johnson, the junior, 5'10. Bodie Goodman, the 6' sophomore. Jason Williams, a 6' senior. Lincoln Cantrell, 6'7 senior. Leo Aguirre, the junior. Jackson Barton, the 6'4 junior. Aguirre, the 6'3 junior. And here we go. We'll see if the tempo's as quick as it was to start that girls' game, man. That game took off pretty fast, both teams up and down the floor.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of everything, just the up-tempo style of play. Southeast Polk knocking down 14 threes in that girls' game and balanced scoring all the way around. Ankeny really battled back in that matchup, and so we'll see if we'll see something similar here in this boys' matchup.
Here's the tip up and handled by Jamison Patton for Ankeny as we get underway. Dribble in the end and kicking it out to Johnson. Johnson over for three. Good. Maddox Ward started off for Ankeny.
Second on the team and threes made, and the senior not wasting any time to get in the scorebook.
Yeah, he's shooting 36% from long range. Inside fake. Up and a little right-handed hook there by Jackson Barton.
Barton's just a tough player. I mean, he is a guy that likes to mix it up there in the low post. Nice patience there with the hook shot.
And they kick it outside for three again. Carson Johnson.
And there's your leading three-point shooter for Ankeny. So the Hawks confident here to get things rolling.
Yeah, he's sitting about 41% from behind the arc. Drive in, up, and spins off. No good. Battle for it underneath, I think. They call it held ball, jump ball. It'll go to Southeast Polk. They throw it out deep to Riley Edwards. Over on the wing, back around the top. Drive down the lane, loses the handle. It'll stay with Southeast Polk. Riley Edwards had it poked away. Get it out for three. Putback is good for two. By, was that Edwards? Yeah. Or excuse me, Goodman.
That was a good answer there for Aguirre and Ankeny with a contested floater there in the lane, but going back to Goodman. Nice job of staying underneath the basket after being the inbounder to keep the play alive and to get the bucket there. And ball stable.
Tie up that one, we'll go to Ankeny.
Yep, we'll go to Ankeny there on the alternate possession. So, yeah, back and forth play between these two and kind of like what we expected, although, you know, you go back to the first meeting between these two, Ankeny won by 17. And, you know, kind of like the Southeast Polk girls team, you know, Southeast Polk boys been without Connor Moberly, you know, a floor general out there. So I think they've been having to face adversity here and still trying to work out a few of the kinks here deep in CIML play.
Geary drives in. Or excuse me, that's Patton drives in, gets the bucket. Backing in, turn around, little hook shot again by Barton.
Well, Barton's got an advantage down there just with his strength, and so those high percentage looks, you're going to take those all the time.
Patton sends it outside to Johnson. Is Patton a talented football player? Oh, nice look. Had everybody looking at him. Now they kick it outside for three. And Maddox Ward hits his second three, but just great ball movement by Ankeny.
Yep, working it down low. It all started with McGuire, and then, yeah, you have Maddox Ward right there drilling his second three here in the opening quarter.
So they get the double team, they pass it off. Here's Goodman. He drives, scoops it through, up and good. Bodie Goodman with his second bucket. And it's 13-8. Long three, no good. Rebound comes off to Hintz. Up the floor to Cantrell. Pulls up for three. Is good. Look at Cantrell, the first three of the night for Southeast Polk. Scoring pace picking up here. There's a three back the other way. And Cantrell comes away with the rebound. They'll push the pace. Drive, floater, no good. Gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Cantrell for three again. He goes down, was looking for the foul. No call there, and we get a foul on the other end.
That's going to go against Barton. I think head coach Alan Jenkins was a little displeased that there was not a foul called there as Jamison Patton was getting back there on Cantrell, who just made a three moments ago. The physicality starting to pick up a little bit here as we're across the halfway point of this first quarter.
Down the lane, has it knocked away. Aguirre now back the other way. Up and good off the glass. The spinning runner there.
Well, he's crafty, isn't he?
Goodman, yeah.
Just a sophomore, 13.5 points per game, and
he's tied it up here.
A lot of confidence when he drives to the basket.
Aguirre up top. Dribbling in, back to him. He'll take the three. Good. I saw him. I was doing the Ankeny Centennial game with Mr. Yeager, and he hit the winning shot late in the game for them last year. As we come back the other way, Ankeny travel inside, loses the handle on it. Quickly the other way, Cantrell gets it blocked by Aguirre. Now Ankeny pushing the break. Driving in, Aguirre fakes. Cantrell, he gets it over him for the bucket.
Oh, and he has just taken control, and he had a big time game against the Rams the last time around, but just a junior, and he is someone that has really made things happen on both ends of the floor here to give the Hawks a bit of a cushion.
Yeah, 5-0 lead after it was tied at 13. Baseline, fake, and then the foul will be called on Akers. His first. We'll send Hintz to the free throw line where he's hitting 75%.
As a team, Southeast Polk just under 63%, and that's an area that they have been wanting to improve on, throughout the season. Got to take advantage of your trips to the line.
So Hins will get the second free throw here. Missed the first, hits the second.
Hey, you mentioned his sister Zoe had 20 points in that win over Ankeny in the first game of our doubleheader.
Down the lane, I think that might have been partially blocked there. And Riley Edwards brings it up for the Rams. He stops, goes down the lane, kicks it out. And then a little bit of a hand check, I think, there will go against Trimble. Second team foul on Ankeny. Down by 4, and they throw that one away. A little miscommunication there.
I was going to say Carson Robbins, really haven't seen much of him this season, playing in his 6th game on the year. And, you know, sometimes that's going to happen where you're inserted out there. And even though you're in practice and, you know, you go through all the drills and all the plays, sometimes when a player's cutting and you don't expect it just because you don't have the live game reps.
Yeah, it ends up being a little bit different. Lob underneath. They kick it out for 3. Good! Carson Johnson with his second 3. And the lead up to 7. For Ankeny, almost steal it away, and he kept with it. Goodman did, and got the bucket. He's got 8 of their points right now, like half of them. Inside, they keep trying to go inside there to Akers, but not getting him the best passes. Here's a 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Ankeny. Schooling. And Johnson will slow it up. About an 8-second difference between the game clock and shot clock here at the end of the first quarter. Kick it outside for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Edwards. 22 seconds to work with. Shot clock is off for Southeast Polk. You take it on the drive. Runner off the glass. No good. Battle for it. On the floor. Take it away. 2 seconds. Man, they won't get a shot off. 21-16. Ankeny will take a 5-point advantage into the second quarter here. We'll be back with that after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Here at Southeast Polk, Garn Danielson, Hunter Phillips, the home team Rams in the white will get the ball to start the second quarter, and they trail by 5 here. 5 threes in the first quarter for Ankeny. Southeast Polk had tied it up at 13, but have since been outscored 8-3. Kick out for 3, good by Zeb Hins. Well, if they can get a couple different scores heated up like that, they could maybe match Ankeny here. Geary, he drives in, stops, spins, tries to cut through the defense, gets it up, but it's rebounded. Pulled down. There's a 3 by Hins again, feeling it. And then a foul called. On Trey Lust. That's his second team foul. Just 4 fouls called so far here in the ball game. A minute into the second quarter. Up top is Patton with it. Kind of loses a handle there, gets it over. Now they go down on the block. Back up top to Ward. There's a 3 short by Johnson, and then a foul called Jamison Patton on the rebound underneath. His first, team's third. Go around the horn to Hins, back over to Goodman. Now skip it across the top, rotated around. Goodman almost lost it, gets it underneath. Lust gets it through. Trey Lust on the board. And Southeast Polk has tied it up here. Ankeny yet to score in the second quarter. Poked away there by Goodman. And he looks like he might have caught his hand wrong there. Sometimes you reach that hand out and you jam a joint there in your finger. He's working on it, but
yeah, and it's a stinger that can last for a few minutes, and so certainly want to keep an eye on that. He's going to battle through it.
Closed down quick on Maddox Ward. Aguirre through the lane, can't get it, puts it back, gets his own rebound. And he's got 9.
That's just this game right there. He's got a high motor, and that's why if you're a defense, you got to expect that he's going to continue to crash the glass, even if he doesn't get his first shot to fall. And that's the first set of points here in the second quarter for Ankeny.
Edwards spins in and out, and foul on the rebound. Jason Williams with the foul. Edwards to shoot 2. Hits the first one.
And no doubt he is a guy that Southeast Polk needs to have a good night from. Their leading scorer, quiet start, really haven't that many chances to shoot there in the first quarter, but he is a guy that if Southeast Polk wants to make some noise here late in the season, really needs to pick things up.
Gets 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's shooting 46% from the line. Inside, back out. Fakes the 3, goes to the free throw line jumper, and good for Maddox Ward. He's got 8. Extends the lead back to 3. Lust gets it over to Goodman. And this time, the foul out there for 3. And I think Maddox Ward's going to get called for that one.
And he was frustrated with himself because he thought that he had came out for a clear contest, but they've been doing a very good job of being able to maintain his body in midair to be able to lean in and draw the contact. But going back to the free throw shooting, Dar, again, this has been an area where Southeast Polk has struggled at this year. And it's been the difference between them winning and coming up short in games.
Ooh, and Goodman misses 2 there. He's hitting 71% for the line coming in, but and you wonder, not to make excuses for him, if that hand still is a little bit.
Well, and it very well could be. Still a little shaken up, a little bruised, not feeling quite right.
A.J. Schaefer will come into the lineup for the Rams, and one more of the 3 free throws. See if he can salvage this when he does. That one looked pretty good. And it's a 2-point advantage for the Hawks with 5 to play first half. Down the lane and blocked, but put back up and good by Schoolin. blocked by Goodman, but he was right there to pick it up and put it back in. Lust gets it to Cantrell. Cantrell backs in, kicks it out. Goodman, he'll take it through, goes with the right hand. Boy, that was some good body control there.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, you don't know how he's going to attack you. He's just so confident with his right hand going for the layup.
And inside, Aguirre, they kind of had just kind of get it to him, and they bailed him out there and end up getting a foul.
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on there about Jamison Patton with the strong rebound, the athleticism that we know he has, and then the wherewithal to be able to pass it back to one of his teammates and be able to get him a trip to the line. But both teams kind of cold here from the free throw line in the second quarter.
Yeah, Aguirre misses that one. He's been 56% free throw shooter coming in. And misses both of them. So now Southeast Polk a chance to tie or go up one here halfway through the second quarter. Edwards, he drives, kicks out. Up top to Goodman. A sophomore directing a little traffic. Now gets it off. They rotate it over for three. Too much there, and Aguirre comes away with the rebound. Oh, drive the middle. No good. Gets the rebound, his own rebound award. Now back up. And that was a strong take to the hoop by Schoolin.
Another second chance opportunity and second chance points there for Ankeny. They have done a good job on the offensive glass.
Nice look, but can't get it to go. Still battling, gets it back, puts it up, no good. And Aguirre comes away with the rebound. Down the baseline and foul on the floor. Got to go against A.J. Schaefer. 4th team foul. Well, Ankeny came out firing the threes and looked like, man, they were just going to bolt away, but so far Southeast Polk has kept them within distance here. There's a three on the inbound, good. Carson Johnson, his 3rd three. And just as I'm talking about the three, right on cue, he pops another one.
Just not good awareness there by the Rams and leaving their best shooter open.
That one rattles out. Rebound. Bounced up top. Spin in the middle and short. Aguirre with the rebound. He's been cleaning up the boards pretty good down there.
Yeah, he just takes up so much space down low, and it's part of his versatility. I think that's really been the difference here in this first half is Ankeny's rebounding on both ends to make it one-and-done possessions and to give them second chance points.
They finally get it down there on the block, and the miss by Akers, but it was touched by Southeast Polk, so it'll go back to Ankeny with 18 on the shot clock. Hins comes back in for Southeast Polk. Get back to Akers, and he immediately has it stripped away. Now it's free under the basket. Hins slides too much. Didn't have time to call timeout before he slid out of bounds down there.
Well, and Coach Jenkins trying to plead his case,
Yeah.
saying I was calling a timeout, but there's just so much action happening ahead where now the officials are going to reconvene here. But
I don't think he ever stopped. He was sliding, and I don't think he ever had time to get possession of that ball.
But you love the effort.
See the replay again here?
You love the effort displayed here.
Let's see it kind of poked out of there. And see, he's sliding. Yeah, he never had possession of it. He didn't complete, what is it?
Complete the catch, yeah.
Whatever, in the NFL. But so now they're still talking it over again. The officials are going to discuss it thoroughly. Because Coach Jenkins was pleading his case, as you said.
They reset the shot clock.
Oh, till 11.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
since it never did change possession, I guess.
Yep. So that's a good job by the officials to clear that one up.
No, but there's a foul before he gets the shot off, so after all that, foul on Robbins. Yeah, because it came out, and Southeast Polk never did regain possession, so that was, like you said, good discussion. And to put the shot clock back at 11, but it didn't matter because you got the foul, just the 15th foul here. Crossover, jumper for three, no good. Rebound comes off to Ward, or excuse me, to Edwards. Edwards down the lane, dishes it off, gets it back. He drives in, nice little move by Riley Edwards.
Able to break that scoring drought there for the Rams and really for both teams. It was just really tight back and forth play.
Oh, knocked away from Aguirre. Down the other way, Robbins. He'll be fouled. Is that Akers?
Yep, they're going to get that on Akers. That was a close play up to the rim. Carson Robbins just scooping that ball at midcourt and then hustling down. And Southeast Polk defense has really shown active hands, especially along the perimeter, and have now really kind of turned up the heat here against the Hawks.
And Robbins hits the free throw. I don't have him for shooting free throws, so that's his first one. He'll get another one here. Gets a little roll and goes down. Lead down to 3. It'll be Ankeny's ball. Green, no. Akers rebounds it, tried to bounce it back in, but it goes right to Cantrell. Minute to play in the half. Edwards will pull it out. Over to Cantrell, now back up to Edwards. Gets a screen there from Williams. And a little running push shot. Makes it a 1-point ball game here. Ankeny, they'll have to shoot it. There's about a 3-second difference between the shot and the game clock. 3 or 4 second. Aguirre almost has it stripped by Goodman, but it goes out of bounds. Still 22 on the shot clock, so there's a 4.7 second difference here. In high school, that clock not stopping on the made basket, you can run it down, and chances are the other team with 4 seconds may not get a shot off. Lob it inside to Akers. He spins up, no good. Rebound comes off. Quickly out. There's a long, misses wide at the buzzer. And we got a 1-point ball game here. 31-32. Ankeny up on Southeast Polk. We'll take a break, come back, and check out the first half scoring after this on CISN.TV.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV hopper spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Here at halftime, Ankeny with a 1-point lead over Southeast Polk. The dance team from Southeast Polk out on the floor. Dar Daniels and Hunter Phillips will run down the scoring for you. First for Ankeny, Louis Aguirre with 9. Carson Johnson with 9. 8 for Maddox Ward. 4 for Cash Schoolin. 2 for Jamison Patton. And that rounds out the scoring for them. They did hit 6 threes in that first half, 5 in the first quarter. For Southeast Polk, Bodie Goodman, the sophomore, has 11. He's averaging about 14, so he's getting close to that already here in the first half. 4 for Jackson Barton, 5 for Riley Edwards, 3 for Lincoln Cantrell, 2 for Carson Robbins, and 2 for Trey Luss. So I mentioned it, Ankeny came right out hot shooting from the outside, Hunter, but then Southeast Polk has kind of reeled them back in and got it within a 1-point ball game here at the half.
Yeah, I think Southeast Polk, it took them a little bit of time to make some adjustments, especially on their perimeter defense, but you really saw it for much of the second quarter. They made things really difficult for Ankeny, only giving up 11 points there in the second quarter, so those points were really hard to come by. I still think Ankeny's ability to get rebounds, that's what really helped them, set the tone early on in the game, but give credit to Riley Edwards. He was able to kind of will the team there late in the second quarter, and a few other guys stepping up. So I think what we expected, a tight game, and it's going to be fun to see what kind of adjustments are made at half. But both of these teams, they're just as hungry as anyone else, and that they really want to try to make a dent in the CIML standings. And good half of basketball so far.
Yeah, it seemed like Ankeny was trying to get it into Devin Akers down on the post, but Southeast Polk just made it tough on him when he got the ball in there, collapsing on him, and so it seemed like they went for the outside game, trying to get it inside a little more, but didn't quite work. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. Let's take another break. We'll do that. Be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV hopper spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond Certified used vehicles at DeArmondAuto.com.
Here at Ankeny, or here at Southeast Polk, Ankeny up by 1, 32-31. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips, and kind of a surprise there in the Waukee Northwest boys game. Waukee up 19.
Yeah, Civil War 3.0 sold out Waukee gym there, and yeah, a bit of a surprise, considering the last game came down to the wire, but give credit to Waukee holding Waukee Northwest right now to just 24 points, as that game is still in the third quarter. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Waukee Northwest probably going to make a big run at it. That they're not going to go away quietly, but yeah, a lot of fun action here on this Friday night here as we're late into January, and just gets you excited for March. That's what it does. And so these are two programs here that we got tonight in Pleasant Hill that again are looking to make it challenging for some of the top tier teams in the CIML, and this has been kind of fun to see two teams really battle it out. We saw the physicality really pick up after that initial feeling out process, and so Ankeny, see what kind of game plan they have coming out of the locker room, and Southeast Polk, they got to feel really good about how they were able to really come out there in that second quarter after Ankeny kind of threw the first punch, if you will.
Well, and Ankeny's not that far removed from a state title, because it was back, was it 3 years ago, where they beat Waukee, and so they've always been strong, but sometimes you have years where it takes you just to rebuild a little bit, and Southeast Polk has been a team that has some surges, have been trying to rebuild. Coach Jenkins has done a lot to kind of rebuild this program since he took over, and so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out here in the second half. I think Southeast Polk got the lead at 2, and that's their first only lead in this one. Then Ankeny shot out. They had those 5 threes in that first quarter, and then but Southeast Polk kept reeling them back in here. And, pretty balanced scoring by Ankeny, and not too bad. Goodman leading them. Some of the others can step it up just a bit more for Southeast Polk. You got a chance to stay right in this, or maybe, sneak one away from Ankeny.
Yeah, I mean, they've got good performances from Goodman. We've seen him really attack the basket and has had really good success. And Riley Edwards, he's been a streaky scorer this season, and we saw really that play out in the end of the first half. And, getting contributions from guys like Zeb Hins as well. They want to get Lincoln Cantrell going. He's a real versatile wing who can get things going on the outside. So that's for Southeast Polk. And I think for Ankeny, obviously with Aguirre, you know what you're going to get out of him, but they're going to need Maddox and Johnson to continue their hot shooting. And so it's going to be a matter of who can make those plays and who can maybe force turnovers. I mean, going back to our girls' game, turnovers, that was really one of the differences in that one and how that led Southeast Polk to win on the girls' side. And so we saw Southeast Polk in this first half in the boys' matchup really make things difficult for Ankeny there in the second in terms of their ball movement, couldn't get into a flow offensively. So, again, two teams that are hungry. Ankeny on a 2-game win streak, looking to, again, climb in the standings, and Southeast Polk, been a tough road for them here to begin the new calendar year. So who wants it more? We'll find out.
There's their horn as they get the final instructions. You see both teams there. Ankeny on your left and Southeast Polk in the white coming out on the right. And looks like looks like Ankeny will get the ball to start the second half here with their 1-point lead.
Dar, we talked about that 2-game win streak for Ankeny. It all started with a 56-51 win against Waukee. Mm-hmm. And Waukee's just taking it to Waukee Northwest tonight. So an Ankeny team that, throughout the course of a game, they are battle-tested, they are tough, and already some action down low to start off the third quarter.
Yeah, they got Jackson Barton up in the air, and he came down on the Ankeny player, and so that's the first foul of the second half. And driving in, tried to give a little shovel pass there, but it goes out of bounds. And I did Valley Waukee, where Waukee handily, they came out right away and just took it to Valley and beat them. I think it's 30 points going away. And then Valley turned around next game, beats Waukee Northwest. So sometimes, too, these teams trying to get it all figured out.
Well, and sometimes a loss can wake you up as a group. And
there's a baseline jumper by Southeast Polk. Barton.
New wrinkle to his game. He's normally a guy that kind of lives in the mid-post region, but showing off that short corner jumper, that's not an easy jump shot to make.
And Southeast Polk takes the lead for the first time since leading early. There's an offensive foul, though, against Riley Edwards.
That was a good job by Carson Johnson to get back there quickly on defense to be able to set his feet and take the charge.
Did the Johnson girls end up losing that one to Dowling?
They did. The number one team in Class 5A and girls, undefeated no more. They had about close to a 40-game win streak.
Yeah, they went undefeated to the title last year, but of course, you talk to their coach, and he said, we don't care about any of that. Here's a jumper. Because undefeated doesn't matter. The final goal is we want to be perfect at Wells Fargo, and they were. But down the lane, kicks it underneath, and Patton gets it out for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Barton. Now, Barton's been involved in a lot of the action early on here in the second half. Now here's Southeast Polk trying to build on a 1-point lead. Down the lane, and no, they aren't going to give you the continuation on that. Riley Edwards will go to the free throw line. And Maddox Ward picks up his second personal. That's the first team foul of the second half on Ankeny. And right back at it is Edwards. Rebound, turnaround, up and good by Barton.
How about that? The strong rebound, just bringing that one in, and then the spin and the touch. You mentioned it, Dar. Strong start to this second half for Barton and for Southeast Polk, who comes away with the steal.
Up and good. As Goodman brings his total to 13, and Southeast Polk with a 5-point lead here. Full timeout. Ankeny wants to talk it over. We'll be back with more on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Back here at Southeast Polk, the Rams, a 6-0 start to the second half to take a 5-point lead over Ankeny. Dart Danielson, Hunter Phillips with you here. As Ankeny looking for their first bucket of the second half. Patton tried to post up in there. Johnson bounced past it over the other side. Aguirre up top, Schoolin. He gets picked. Goodman picks his pocket, takes it coast to coast for two.
Boy, there's just no denying Goodman when he is driving to the basket.
Aguirre short. Long rebound. Picked up by Hins. 3, no good. Boy, the gym would have erupted on the Southeast Polk side if he hit that. As it is, an 8-0 run to start the third quarter. Across the top, pull up for 3. Good! Riley Edwards nails the triple. And it's a 10-point lead for Southeast Polk. Timeout Ankeny. And they're going to say another full timeout. They want to talk it over again here. As you see the huddle, we'll go to break. Watch coming up after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protect.
Out of the timeout here, Southeast Polk has run off 11 straight to take a 10-point lead over Ankeny. They get the ball after another timeout. Aguirre with it. And they call an offensive foul away from the ball, a push. And that goes against Schoolin, I think. Yeah, his first. Team's second. Well, Ankeny just, it's not, they're just on offense. They just missed a couple shots, and Southeast Polk has just taken advantage, Hunter.
Boy, 2 empty possessions out of timeouts. I mean, that is not something that Coach Brant Carlson wants to see out of his team as things have really slipped away.
Dished outside, the 3 no good. Aguirre gets the rebound. And now here comes Ankeny. Halfway through the third quarter, looking for their first points of the third quarter, and there's a foul on the rebound. You got to go against Jackson Barton. His third. We'll send Aguirre to the line. He missed his first 2 free throw attempts tonight. He'll get 2 here. Try to take the lid off the basket. And can't do it there. Lust will come back in for Goodman. Or excuse me, for Barton, who has 3 personals. And Aguirre, again, a chance to give them their first points. Can't do it. This is 2 free throws.
A cover on that lid, on that rim for Ankeny here to start the second half. Just nothing going, and man, just an unforced error here by Southeast Polk, just not having the awareness of.
Just not watching it, and
so maybe this is the break that the Hawks need right here.
Yeah, to kind of get something going offensively. Dribble back out. Long 3. Good! Maddox Ward gets him on the board with 3:28 to go in the third. Finally. And then a kick call.
Well, and you could tell that Southeast Polk really having their hands full when trying to get it across with that press, and good time to be able to use it for Ankeny.
Running shot, no good. Aguirre with the rebound. Patton pushes up ahead, loses the handle. It'll stay with Ankeny. And they're trying to, Goodman's trying to sell it. I didn't touch it. It came off of his hand. But the officials said, no, I didn't see that. So They get it in. Geary drives in and draws the foul again. Let it go against Riley Edwards. Or excuse me, Zeb Hins. Geary to the line. Finally gets one to fall. Missed his first 4 free throws, hits that one. And Carson Robbins in now for Southeast Polk. He goes down on the lower block on the far side. Geary gets another free throw attempt and pops that one through cleanly. It's so funny in basketball. You hit one, you get a little bouncer, it goes in, and then you just get confidence and boom. It just comes right back to you, it seems like.
Sometimes that's all it takes, and that basket gets a little bit bigger and bigger, and it oftentimes opens things up for your teammates as well, and that's what we've seen happen to Ankeny.
Pull-up jumper, no good, in and out. Now Southeast Polk having trouble getting it through the hoop. Here comes Ankeny. Pull up, short, rebound underneath. Comes off to Riley Edwards. Edwards dribbles across. Hins. Guard it tightly. Got to get it away. He'll get the 5 count. And it's taken away. They force the turnover. Up ahead. And good by Schoolin. So a 7-0 run here now by Ankeny. We got a 30-second timeout. You analyze that. What's going on?
Well, I tell you, I think Ankeny was taking out their frustrations on the offensive end, on the defensive end of the floor, and it really all started by breaking through with that press, and it all started with that 10-second violation, and that's what kind of gave Ankeny some life there to get that bucket, and then sure enough, they're able to work inside with Aguirre, and it's just amazing how one little play can just kind of change things a little bit. So, yeah, we're seeing Ankeny just get back to playing tough defense, and Southeast Polk has just been a little flustered by it. So a good timeout here by Coach Jenkins just to settle down his guys and, to be able to regroup and, know how to better manage this press that has really given the Rams some fits here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, pressure can do that. Now they get it in. Get it back to Edwards. Edwards will bring it up. Guarded by Trimble. Now drives in, and they're going to call Trimble on the foul. A little too much push action there. His second, team's 4th. He looked at the 3. Hins now pulls it back. He drives in among 2 and he draws the foul. I think it was Trimble again. Yeah, he gets 2 quick fouls. Picks up his 3rd. Sends Hins to the free throw line. 1 of 2 tonight for the line. Pops that one through. And breaks a little drought scoring-wise for Southeast Polk. That one rattles in and out. We've not had a free throw shooting clinic here tonight by any means.
Now both teams have struggled when given the opportunity.
Spin high off the glass, no good. Akers had a hand on it, but it's pulled out of there by Edwards.
Well, going back to the end of the first half, you mentioned trying to work inside with Akers, and Southeast Polk has had that well covered when they have brought him off the bench for Ankeny.
Edwards with it, looking for a high screen from Lust. But Aguirre stays right with him. Hins drives, loses a handle. Picked up back the other way. Williams gets it outside for 3. No good. Akers with the rebound. Kick out for 3. Good. Maddox Ward hits his second three of the half. And now we're back to a 1-point ball game. Each team has been on a run. Ankeny's reeled them back in. That one no good. Off the rim, picked up. Ward brings it across. Still a little difference. Akers underneath. Lust pushed him a little bit there. And picks up the foul.
Well, that was a confident pass there from Maddox Ward, just slinging that in with the right hand, and 2 threes, like you said, that he's been able to hit here in this third quarter.
Carson Johnson back in for Ankeny. They throw it out deep for three. Good! Drew Turnbull gets his first points of the night and gives the lead back to Ankeny as the third quarter winding down here. Shot clock off. Over to Hins, to Lust. Gets it back down. Inside look, back. I think he walked. Yep. That came into Robbins just a little too quick, and he didn't have time to get position. Well, they wanted to shoot, too, and the defender came at him. So now 6.9. Plenty of time here for Ankeny. They get it across. 3 at the buzzer, no good. Well, we'll go to the fourth quarter. Lead back in the hands of Ankeny by 1 here. That's the way it was at the half. Back with the final period after this on CISN.TV.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Well, we'll go to the fourth quarter here at Southeast Polk. The Rams pulled out on a big run to start the third quarter, had to build a lead of 11, but Ankeny battled back and now lead by 2. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips with you on a good tight one here. Pleasant Hill, there's an offensive foul going to be called on Goodman, I think. Yep. And so that puts it up to 16 fouls for Southeast Polk. Just 4 are on Ankeny, so they have a little advantage when it comes to that. They get it to Akers, the free throw line. He drives in, kicks it out. Pull up fadeaway is good. In the lane by Carson Johnson. He's got 11 now. And the 4-point lead for Ankeny. They get through the pressure barrier there.
They have just had so much difficulty going to that, and that's just a good adjustment by Coach Carlson to mix that in at the right time back in the third.
Dump it off on the baseline. In against Akers. Turn around. No good. Rebound. Ripped down there by Schoolin.
Just a tough shot there for Barton, and he's really solid there, but those tough fadeaway shots in the mid-post, not a high percentage, and so Ankeny coming out real aggressive here to start this fourth quarter.
Schoolin back to Robbins. Now Schoolin gets it back. Want to go baseline. Turns inside. Takes it up. I think it was partially blocked there. Gets it back. And then knocked out of bounds, but they'll call the foul on Barton, which would be his 4th, I believe. Yeah.
You can tell he's not happy. I mean, he's a guy who plays with a lot of energy, and sometimes, that's kind of been his, his bugaboo this year has been getting in foul trouble. And they're just not they're just a different team when he is not out there, so he'll have to take a seat. But
Lust will come in. Schoolin misses the first free throw. That, too, is the 7th. So now Ankeny in the 1-and-1 from here on out, and they still have 3 fouls to give. So advantage on that side of it, too, for them. As Schoolin will get the second free throw. He's got 7 points now, 3 in the second half. And the lead back up to 5. There's a 5-point lead for a lot of the first half for Ankeny. Dribble in, hands it off up top. Over to Edwards. 3, rattles one down. Edwards rises up.
I know it was only a 5-point lead, but just felt like that was much needed for Southeast Polk and for Edwards, too, to kind of get that confidence back rolling here in the second.
Robbins tries to answer, because it seemed like Ankeny was on the verge of stringing it out a lot farther. Schoolin inside loses it. Here comes Edwards. Edwards pulls up again. He's feeling it. That one's short, though, and Akers runs down the rebound in the right corner. Two-point advantage here. Ankeny's biggest lead, I think, has been 7. Southeast Polk had an 11-point lead at one point. Aguirre down the lane. Push shot with that left hand. Gets it to go.
It's tough to stop, just because of his size and the combination of his athleticism, but then to throw in the fact that he's a lefty, too. I mean, he has been able to really get a lot of the damage done in the paint, just like we saw there.
Dishes it back. 13 on the shot clock. Goodman with it. 10. Looking for a screen. Doesn't get it. They jump out to double team him and strip him. Johnson goes down and wow. Goodman came in hard and knocked that away and got away with it. Must have got all ball because no foul called there. Maddox Ward back in for Ankeny and Cantrell back in for Southeast Polk. Ankeny under their own bucket. Get it out to Patton. Aguirre over. Back up to Ward. Ward throws it across. Open 3, down, rattles down and goes for Schoolin. Cash was money on that one. I've been waiting all night to say that.
That's right.
Timeout. Full timeout here, so we'll take a break on the CISN.TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time. Finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Here at Southeast Polk, 4:34 to go in the fourth quarter, and Ankeny's extended the lead to 7. Waukee has come back and split the season series with Northwest a big way, 77-53, Hunter, after that close one at Waukee Northwest. And a foul call on the shot.
Well, going back to the hours after that game at Waukee Northwest, Omaha Blue tweeted out that he was ready for the rematch, and I think it's safe to say that he and his teammates were quite ready for that one. What a statement.
To go. Free throw good by Bodie Goodman.
Which makes that, not to cut you off there, but what makes that win for Ankeny that much better, because that's where that win streak started, was against Waukee, and so
2 by Goodman. He's got 17, and the lead back down to 5. Approaching the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Schoolin for 3. No, bounces high off the rim. Battle for it underneath. Southeast Polk comes away with it. Dribbling through traffic all the way down, and almost got the and one there was Goodman. He was a man on a mission with that one. Now they're talking about it. I think they're talking about who got the foul, I think, and they give it to Carson Thompson. That's a 16 foul on Ankeny. Goodman to the line to shoot 2, hits the first one. 18 points for the 6-foot sophomore. He averages about 14 and is 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. And we're down to a 3-point ball game. Ankeny with the lead in possession here. Schoolin to Johnson, and Goodman with the foul. Well, Goodman and Johnson, the 2 number 11s, been going after each other here, Hunter.
Well, he really saw it there, too, when Goodman with just a little bit of incidental contact there.
Free throw good by Johnson.
Been a lot of fun individual battles here tonight. I mean, what we, I think, came to expect. I mean, these teams have faced one another before already this season.
And this is the second. And Ankeny won that, didn't they, by, what was the score on that? And there's a bucket for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, Ankeny won that night by 17 points, but a little bit more difficult for the Hawks here on the road as the Rams are continuing to battle tough.
And 32nd timeout. Yep, so it's a 2-point ball game. And that bucket was by Maddox Ward. He's got 16 or 13 on the night. And, well, it's 2 points ahead in the final 3:28 here. I think it's whoever plays defense and then can convert on the offense. It's easy to say, but both teams have had some issues offensively in stretches tonight.
Well, and I think it's going to come down to free throws, too. I mean, both of these teams, you know, it's been a little spotty, you know, when they've gotten to the charity stripe. And so, you know, you see the foul situation right now, and I don't see that slowing down here. I mean, these two teams are going to continue to battle. Whoever can take advantage of those trips to the line and take care of the basketball going to come out on top in this one.
Aguirre on the drive against Lusk, gets it off to Patton. Patton shot short. Aguirre is called, or gets the foul is called, and that'll go against Hins. Yeah. So the 1-on-1 for Aguirre. And he hits it. He struggled in his first 4 free throws, then hit the last 3 now. And there again, I jinxed him. So 3-point lead. Coming up on 3 minutes to play. And here's where Southeast Polk, they don't have to shoot the 3, try to tie it right away, just work and get a good shot. Up top to Edwards. 10 on the shot clock. Edwards down the lane, gets between the defenders, but leaves it a little short. And the rebound comes off to Ankeny. Johnson. So they can take a little more time here off the clock with the 3-point lead. Run it down to 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Looking for a screen from Aguirre. They get it to him. 4 seconds, 3. They got to get the shot off. I don't think they did. No. Shot clock violation. Good defensive set by Southeast Polk.
Oh, and the fans are appreciating it because they
kept the ball out away, and by the time,
And Aguirre, he was outside. I mean, going back to that point, Dar, that you keep him outside, that's not going to give him a whole lot of time to be able to attack off the dribble and had to force a pass to Patton, and it's too late to get the shot up.
Under the basket. Oh! Got a little bump, but Goodman gets it to go. And it's a 1-point ball game here. Under 2 minutes now to play. Hang on. Patton dribbles in. Throws it up top to Ward. Aguirre now. Over to Johnson. Shot clock at 10. Johnson drives the lane. Again, Cantrell got a hand on it, but they call him for the foul. I don't know. I thought he got it clean from my angle, but I'm sitting up here.
Boy, just highly contested up there at the rim, and Carson Johnson waiting for the prime opportunity to run through the lane.
He gets the free throw. Now that puts also the 10th team foul, so it's double bonus here on out, and Ankeny still has a foul to give. Second free throw good. So that could play into it too with the 3-point lead. Southeast Polk takes a 30-second timeout, so we'll reset it. 10 fouls, so that means Ankeny is shooting 2. Any foul here, but Ankeny has 1 to give before they're in the bonus.
Yeah, so we'll see if Coach Carlson see what kind of defense he wants his team to play and what Southeast Polk will draw up here. I mean, Goodman has really had the hot hand here throughout the course of the night. Maybe give him a good look inside. I mean, obviously you don't need a 3 really here at this point. So,
looking down, I see the red arrow pointing toward Ankeny, so they have that in their favor too. And each has 2 timeouts left, so that not a factor. But Southeast Polk, and again, it's not a matter of you need to get a 3 right away. You need to get a bucket. And you can't have many empty possessions right now, trailing late in the game. And blocked from behind. Patton knocks it out of bounds as Edwards drove to the hoop. So we'll see what inbounds play they draw up here. They send the line across. Goodman, the trigger man here. And they get it back to him coming in, but Ankeny picked him up well there. Oh, loses a handle. Ward comes up with it. Now they'll burn a little more time off that clock. And if they get a bucket on the possession, it'd be a 2-possession game. Ankeny calls a timeout. Full timeout. Okay, we'll take a break. Hang with us. 45.1 to go here on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Here at Southeast Polk, 45.1 to play. The home team trailing by 3. Ankeny has the ball in their front court. They took a timeout. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips with you. Maddox Ward will key it in for Ankeny. They're in the dark uniforms. Patton cuts to the basket. Oh, that was close, but the foul called on Riley Edwards.
Well, Jamison Patton just snuck behind the defense of Southeast Polk and thought he was going to rise up for the two-hand flush there, but blocked from behind, and now Patton will have to earn the points from the free throw line, and he hasn't attempted many free throws, just 9 this season, has made 5.
Hasn't attempted one tonight. And misses that one. So that's where you mentioned it, the free throws it could come down to, and that wasn't a bad move then to contest that shot, because as you say, he had the breakaway, looked like maybe an easy 2, but you never give up on defense. Big free throw here, make it a 2-possession game, and he does. 58-54, 40 seconds. Timeout now, Southeast Polk. Got a little strategizing going on. Let's keep it right here with 39.3. If you can get a quick bucket, I'd probably get a quick bucket and then go into your press maybe here, because they got to take it in under their basket.
Right.
But you got to get some points on this possession. It could be a 2, and then be ready to flip into that press right away.
Yep, no doubt. And so I think that's what Coach Jenkins is drawing up right now, his best 2-point play, getting it to his go-to player, and should know, too, that each team has one timeout remaining. You can see it on your screen back at home, but just one timeout remaining for both. And so,
and then you look at it, Carson Johnson, the guy you don't want to foul because he's hitting 90%. Louis Aguirre, he had a little trouble early, but he's hit a few here in the second half. So if you need to foul somebody, that might be a thing too, because you're going to have to do something if you don't get points here. So Southeast Polk inbounding. Throw it into the backcourt to Goodman. He picks it up. 3, no good. Rebound Aguirre. So we'll see what they do. They might have to come up and foul right away. Oh, they get it down the floor to Ward. Trying to foul. Cantrell trying to get him. He got it away. Ankeny doing a good job of playing keep away and burning time off the clock.
That's how you do it right there. I mean, that's what you go through in practice, those scramble drills.
They really spread the floor well and started passing around immediately.
And it was that pass from Ward over here to the near corner that really shaved off a lot of time.
So Patton to the free throw line. And they're shooting 2. He misses that one. He made a big make on the last 1 out of 2, because that made it a 2-possession ball game here. And then a lot of time ran off. So the second free throw, no good. And now he fouls, which is exactly what you don't want to do, because that gives them the 1-and-1. And then again, if you make a 2 here, then you got to foul. So they send to the line Riley Edwards. He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight, 46% on the season. He's got the 1 and the maybe right now. Oh, gets the roll and the kiss off the glass. This to make it a 2-point ball game. We'll see if they go straight to pressure. They do have 1 timeout left. Oh, misses the second one. 3-point ball game. Going to try to foul, and they do. They foul Carson Johnson, which is 90% free throw shooter. He is 3 of 4 tonight. He'll shoot 2 on the other end. He just needs 1 to really make it difficult here on Southeast Polk. And gets it. Well, this would just about seal it up here. The Carson Johnson free throw. And in and out. Jacks up a 3 quickly. No good. Rebound pulled down Aguirre. And that'll do it. 59-55, the final here tonight. Ankeny hangs on. We'll take a quick break, come back, and wrap up our scoring and wrap up the ball game after this on CISN.TV.
1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
The final here, Ankeny hangs on to defeat Southeast Polk 59-54 here in the boys matchup tonight. Dar Danielson, Hunter Phillips will run down the scoring for you quickly here unofficially. 16 for Carson Johnson and Maddox Ward, 14 for Leo Aguirre, 10 for Cash Schoolin, 3 for Jamison Patton, and 3 for Drew Trimble. For Southeast Polk, 21 Bodie Goodman, 14 Riley Edwards, 8 for Jackson Barton, 5 for Zeb Hins, 3 for Lincoln Cantrell, 2 for Carson Robbins, and 2 for Trey Lust. It was 21-16 Ankeny after 1, 32-31 Ankeny at the half, 45-43 after 3 in the final, 59-55. Wow, just a good back and forth battle. Ankeny did what they needed, a little things, a couple free throws down the stretch here. You called it, Hunter, said the free throws, and it did come down to that.
Yeah, and they took advantage of their trips. I mean, just really heads-up basketball played by Ankeny there in that fourth quarter. And, I mean, it was looking like Southeast Polk, when they went on that 11-0 run there in the third quarter, you're thinking, man, the Rams are starting to build something here. But the Hawks hung tough in there, and winning on the road is tough. I mean, Southeast Polk, this was their first home game of the calendar year. They were going to come out, with a lot of energy, a little bit of a spark, and, give a lot of credit to Ankeny and making the adjustments that they had to, I think, defensively, and then getting enough production offensively from a few key playmakers in their backcourt to come out with a big road win here in Pleasant Hill.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up here tonight. The split here is the Southeast Polk girls win and the Ankeny boys get the win. Be sure to check our Central Iowa Sports Network social media to see what games we have coming up. And you're at home with the Drake women this week, tomorrow, right?
That's right, hosting Valparaiso, and they're the head coach at Waukee, Danny Franklin, is a Valpo alum, so it's always neat to have those kind of college basketball connections here in Central Iowa. But it'll be a fun matchup.
All right, well, good luck to the Drake women tomorrow. And again, thanks to the entire crew. That's going to wrap it up here, the final Ankeny 59-55 on CISN.TV.